Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 31 of the African Do podcast. Today we go into the world of coffee, deep into the world of coffee, and we are very privileged to have with us Esther Otieno. Esther is the founder and CEO of Barista Pro Kenya Limited, and we'll discuss a lot about coffee, about baristas and Barista Pro, and what they do. Esther, welcome to the African Do podcast.
Asante sana, Leonard.
Great. So you're not a coffee person in the sense that your early career. So where does Esther? Let's start at the beginning of your journey before we delve into how you got into coffee or how you became part and parcel of coffee. So where does your career start, or where do you find yourself post your tertiary education?
I find myself in marketing. I believed that I will be a good marketer.
Yes.
So I pursued marketing. Yeah. And that's the line I was looking at. And my first job after high school was in, these sales ladies selling wipers somewhere just to get some pocket money.
Wipers.
Yeah. Just to get some pocket money. In a below the line marketing firm.
Yes.
Remember, that is where I want to go in marketing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started as a salesperson. Then after that, this company, there's an opportunity that came through. I became their receptionist. Now I'm right in the middle of this marketing company, learning some ropes, even as I do my reception work.
Yes.
Even in school, I pursued marketing education. Yeah. Then as I'm doing this job, my sister comes. I was like, hey, there's another opportunity I've had. They are looking for like an assistant for the production manager in a certain coffee company.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, I'm looking for growth. Let me see. Yeah. So it was, in my head, it was an admin job. So I was like, okay, let me go and see.
Yeah.
So now when I'm interviewing, during the interview with this company, they're looking at me like, no, this lady, she doesn't suit that position. Let us take her to another interview that is being done for a certain position. And this was a coffee company. Yeah. So I go for a totally different interview, and they was like, yeah, this is it. This is still in sales. Yeah. But now I'm dealing with the coffee as a product. So
are we at liberty to mention the company?
Yes.
It was Dormans.
Yeah, Dormans Coffee. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And if memory serves me right, around that time you're joining Dormans, Dormans was largely exporting a lot of coffee, right?
Yes.
Not so much local, in the sense that local consumption was not that high. But they were buying coffee beans, roasting them, and exporting them.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, that is very correct. It was and still is one of the leading coffee exporters in East Africa. Yes.
Okay.
So yes, a lot of their business was in exporting.
Okay.
But now they wanted to now focus on the local market and selling roasted coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you join Dormans as?
We were actually sales representatives, but we were attached to the hospitality clients. Hospitality clients meaning clients who buy coffee to brew the coffee, and they are serving it as a beverage, namely the hotels, coffee shops, restaurants. So that is who we were attached to. Yeah.
And by this time, is it largely hotels? Or has the coffee shop culture started to emerge?
There was no coffee shop culture.
Nothing.
There was nothing. There was no coffee shop culture. In fact, the guys who came with the coffee shop culture was Java. Java is the one who started the coffee.
Pioneers.
Yes, they were the pioneers.
1999.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then Dormans came in also.
Yes.
Yeah, with their own coffee shop. So then, like serious coffee shops, there were just those two, Java and Dormans. So it was largely hotels. We were selling the coffee to largely hotels.
And what does your job then entail? Because as coffee is unique in the sense that, particularly if you're selling it to hotels, you can't just sell it. It's not just an item, because the way that the end customer consumes it requires a bit of a process.
Yes.
So what do you find yourself doing, and how do you now start learning the technical side of coffee?
Okay, so this is how the barista aspect comes in, because yes, we were salespeople. We were, our work was to make sure that we sell Dormans Coffee to these hotels. Yeah. But you see, these hotels, because they are brewing coffee, we as the salespeople also needed to know, first of all, product knowledge about coffee. That's the first thing. Then about the company's products.
Yes.
And number 3, and most importantly, is the barista skills. Because if a hotel is already buying the coffee and they come and say, okay, we have a quality issue about the coffee, we have to go and check. We needed to check the grinders. We needed to check the espresso machines. We needed to check out the stirring coffee. So we needed to be trained in barista skills so that we are able to add value to our sales job.
But trained by who now? Because that is a skill set that it's not a role. It has not yet emerged into a role. The barista was unheard of.
Yes.
Let's say that in a Kenyan context. So who's doing your training?
Very true. At that time, our boss was the one doing the training, but even him, he had to travel out of the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To learn about the barista skills. And you're very right. There was no one who knew what this thing was in Kenya. No one knew. So the pioneers of these barista skills and barista training actually were mostly trained abroad, or we got somebody from abroad to come and train
you.
Yes.
As a salespeople, so you can sell better.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also I did a lot of traveling.
Okay.
I did a lot because the skill wasn't here. Yeah, it was mostly abroad because Kenya is producing good quality coffee, but we don't know anything about brewing it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that barista skill and things like that, we had to get it from abroad.
And if I recall right, if my memory serves me right, those days, late 1990s, early 2000s, we're probably sitting at between 1% and 2% local consumption of coffee produced.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was actually at 2% at that time. Okay. Yeah, Kenyans were really not drinking coffee. We didn't even have a coffee shop culture. And as you know, most Kenyans, their first coffee experience is in the coffee shops.
Yes.
That's why I'm a big advocate of coffee shops. Yeah. Because that's where most Kenyans experience their first coffee, not at home.
Yes.
Yeah. So
okay. So you are in sales?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you transition, I guess, because out of sales, and Dormans sees the need to create a training department.
Yes.
Maybe let's speak, before we talk about the training department itself, let's speak about what drove that demand. What made the people at Dormans say, okay, maybe it would make a lot of sense for us to form a training department internally, to train people on how to brew coffee?
Because we discovered that people are not drinking coffee because they just don't know about it. Yeah, we were brought up in homes where people are just drinking tea. We were not exposed to coffee. So people just lacked knowledge until today. People lack knowledge. And I'll give an example of myself.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm a coffee professional and a passionate coffee educator.
Yes.
Anyone I come in contact with, my family, my friends, I have to talk about coffee. In fact, people call me the coffee evangelist because I always take that opportunity to educate them about coffee. And if they find me in my office space, because I have coffee machines and I'm all about coffee, I even brew for them a cup. And they get shocked. They're like, but Esther, I can drink this coffee without actually putting sugar.
True.
How, like,
a well-brewed cup of coffee.
Yes, like, what's the difference? Because for me, I don't drink coffee because most of the time it's bitter. And Dormans actually found that it's because people just don't know about coffee. The moment you start educating them about coffee in terms of the product, and also now teaching them how to brew coffee at home, a decent cup of coffee at home, and also these coffee shops or restaurants or hotels, we teach them. They just do it right, and people start drinking coffee. So we're like, okay, because we want to be part of boosting coffee consumption, why don't we just start training the public?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when Dormans set up this, you're training both the public, but I assume you'd also be training institutions.
Yes.
So your customers in the hotels.
Yes.
And by this time, I think the coffee shops have started to emerge, right?
Yes.
So there's demand for this guy called the barista because coffee shops are starting to open up in the country. So how was that journey? What were the learnings from now? You you started this training department. I think you were the first training manager
yes.
at Dormans. Yeah.
Yes. And also, basically, I'm just a pioneer of the barista school and barista training space.
Yes.
No one in Kenya and Africa were doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dormans decided to take the bull, but they was like, you know what? We are going to start the first barista training school in Africa. Yeah. And Esther, you are the one who's going to lead it.
Yeah.
And what happened then is, because we saw the positive impact, then quality started improving. And the first place that the quality started improving was in the hotels. Let me just give an example of the first client who really changed the game for us. And we were like, okay, this thing, we need to drive it.
Yes.
I'll talk about Nairobi Serena.
Okay.
We just went there and we were like, guys, this coffee, you're not doing it properly. We'll sell you the coffee. We are also going to give you the machines.
Yes.
Okay, not for free, but let's talk about, maybe pole too, because you see, even in the hospitality training here in Kenya, food and beverage managers don't know anything about coffee.
True.
They are not taught about coffee. Coffee is not our thing. So we came in there and we got a very good manager, a very switched on F&B manager who was like, okay, let's partner with this. This guy was open. Yeah. And we are like, first of all, not anyone can just brew this coffee.
Yes.
Yeah. Give us a few people, create a training coffee department, give us a few people, even if it's 4 or 6 people, we train them properly, create a coffee department, and they did this thing. They supported this thing 100%. They did this thing. Do you know their coffee sales skyrocketed? Like in 6 months, they had already returned the investment of the coffee machines, which are not cheap. Yeah.
Yes.
In 6 months, they had returned the investment.
And when you're talking about coffee machines, you're not talking about filter brew machines. You're talking about the espresso machines.
Yes, we're talking about espresso machines, espresso grinders, which are also very expensive.
Yeah.
Like their coffee sales just went up because the customers could, experience the change in quality.
Yeah.
And because of that success story, we just started rolling it out to other places. So number 1, coffee quality changed. Number 2, coffee knowledge. People started getting coffee knowledge. And then now consumers started educating guys where they're going to drink coffee. No, I learned about ABCD. So even the coffee shops were now like, hey, we are now getting customers who know what they want and they are demanding for it. So even us now, we need to style up. So it was just a ripple effect that just changed the coffee quality in Kenya.
Did you then also begin to see people now having preferences in terms of the roasting of their beans, saying that I'm a medium roast person or I'm a dark roast? Maybe we can speak a bit about the product, coffee itself.
Okay, that is still a journey until now.
Yeah.
It has improved from since I started in the coffee industry, but it's still a journey. Not very many people are still exposed to coffee because, Kenyans think coffee is for the elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's for a certain group of people, but not really. So there are still many people who don't really know much about coffee, but it's not like back in the day.
Okay.
Now things are growing. Even the coffee culture is becoming more vibrant.
Yes.
Because we are now having so many coffee shops,
Agreed.
Good coffee shops selling good coffee.
Yeah.
But still, we have still a long way to go in terms of educating the Kenyan public about coffee. But now there are many people who are, providing that kind of knowledge.
Okay.
So we've not yet still reached where we are supposed to be because Kenyans still don't know what is a dark roast, what is a medium roast, what is a light roast, and what is the difference. Yeah, because when you go to the supermarket, you will find maybe a certain brand, same packet,
yes,
but you see one is written a medium roast, one is written a dark roast. Yeah, people always call Esther. Me, I'm just saying this packet is the same, but the only difference is one is a medium roast. What's the difference? Now you start explaining the difference in terms of taste. Yeah. So when coffee is roasted, we have 3 roast profiles.
Yes.
You start with the light roast, then there's a medium roast, then there's a dark roast. So the difference is, apart from the physical difference, which is the color, light roast will be the lightest, dark roast will be dark. The taste also changes because the longer you roast coffee, the more you lose flavors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The longer you roast, the more you lose flavors. So a dark roast will not really be flavorful. In fact, the dominant flavors in a dark roast will be, it will be full-bodied or it will be bold. It will be having some burnt kind of taste, smoky kind of taste, and dark chocolate kind of tastes. Yeah. Then a light roast will be lighter in your mouth. Yeah. And it will be very flavorful. Yeah. Very a light roast and a medium roast will have a lot of flavors, but dark roasts, now the flavors start reducing.
Okay.
Yeah. And dark roasts are usually stronger.
Yes.
Yeah. Compared to light roasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you set up this training department and you're training both the general public, anyone who wants to come in and learn about coffee. And I would assume you'd also be training people who are potential investors in coffee shops, because coffee shops now start to emerge. You know, when I look at the journey between 1999 and 2010, you know, Kenya really went through. That's when Java grew. You know, that's when Dormans also went out and set some coffee shops of their own. But also we saw people like Art Cafe come into the market. Yeah. And fast forward to today, I mean, there's a lot that has happened in the space, and you have from small few coffee shops to large, and generally some things that I would say 1999 were quite foreign, you know, cappuccinos, lattes, those have become standard. Yeah. You know, you get them pretty much everywhere. So how long do you stay with Dormans and to establish that training department and run it?
Okay. I actually stayed in Dormans for 10 years, but 8 of those years were in training.
Okay.
Yeah? Because I needed to set it up. Like I set it up from scratch, and I set it up using Google.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's those ones of, you're like, okay, now start this school. Remember, a school needs a curriculum, it needs lesson plan, and I have no clue.
You're not an educator or a trained educator.
Yeah, and there's no way I can get this information. So I just used to go to Google and see what the people abroad, the barista schools abroad are doing. And I copy-pasted exactly what they were doing. My first class, I quickly had to change that model because it was not working for the Kenyans. Those are models that are working abroad, but it was not working for Kenyans. And in fact, it's my first class. Even the students were like, hey, no, Esther, this thing, no. We need to change it like this. So I started getting feedback from the students and using it to change. And that's just how it grew. So the training, I did that for 8 years.
Yeah.
What's this? And actually the first people that I trained were people who are not really people who want to set up coffee shops. It was people who want to get barista jobs. Okay. Those were actually the first, and most of them are youth.
Yes.
Yeah, most of them are youth.
So people who want to improve their chances when they are applying for jobs now in the emerging employers, or coffee shops or the hospitality outlets, like the Serena example you gave us. Those are the people who were coming in to train.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, now is when you're getting entrepreneurs who want to start a coffee shop. Now is when we are getting them. But then it was mostly guys who just wanted to get barista jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you then decide to leave Dormans.
Yes.
And first, maybe walk us through your thinking. What opportunity did you see that made you say, okay, maybe I should go out and set something in of your own, and then we can discuss the something that you set up.
I was not even thinking along those lines,
really?
Leonard. I was not. I had just reached a place where I saw, like now, there's no more room for growth.
Yes.
I'm stagnating.
Yes.
And I'm done. I want something new. So it was just that thing of just wanting to do something new.
Okay.
I believe you me, when I was leaving, I had no plan.
So it's not like you left to say, I'm going to set up this, okay? So you are taking a break.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was taking in fact, I was taking a break. And I remember that time. And it's just a disturbance that starts happening within you. Yeah. And honestly, I had procrastinated for 3 years.
Yes.
I had started feeling like that for
You had been feeling, you had the feeling for a while.
For a while.
Yeah.
And it was not getting any better.
So is that a break, something you'd recommend to people who are out there in a job and maybe feeling that they have come to the end of the tether? Yeah. Did the break, what did you achieve with the break?
It gives you room to have a clear mind to start thinking, what next? What do you want to do? And during that break, I did a lot of research about myself, because at that time I was 35 years old. I was like, okay, Esther, who is Esther? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What kind of a person are you? What is your personality type? I was even doing those, the research. What is my personality type?
You must have been doing some psychometrics.
My career in terms of my personality, what careers align with my personality. Like that was what I was doing at that time. Just getting to know who I am and what I enjoy doing. And now, what will I do now going forward? Yeah, so it was a lot of soul searching and getting to know.
From the time you resign or step down from your job at Dormans, how long did this soul searching phase last?
3 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
And I remember in my research, I was like, my personality is telling me, I can be a good counselor, I can be a good HR practitioner, and a good teacher. Like, that's what it was matching. So I was like, okay, along these 3 things, okay, I'm going to start looking for HR jobs. By there, right now, I just want to laugh at myself. I want to laugh at, because I wouldn't, no. So I laugh at myself.
Instead of applying for HR jobs.
Imagine. Then a friend of mine just told me, Esther, what are you doing? Esther, you can't be serious. You can't just start a whole different career.
Yeah.
You are a good coffee teacher.
Yeah.
Stick to what you do. Stick to what you know. Stick to what you do best. Yeah. Why are you starting from scratch?
Yeah.
Stick with what you know. And what you know is coffee.
Yeah.
And you're a good teacher. Yeah. And may I think you should do this thing? And then I was like, okay. But I just ignored. And then now the person who put pressure is my brother-in-law.
Yes.
Because he was just hearing these conversations when I'm talking to my sister, these conversations like, I don't know what to do. And then he was just like, you're a good coffee professional. I hear your conversations. I believe in you. Do a business plan. Start this thing. Again, I ignored.
What is this thing you've been told to start?
He just told me, just start your own school. Like, just start your own baristas. What are you still waiting for? Yeah. Me, I started getting scared because I never imagined I'd be a,
business owner.
Business owner. Yeah. I was just thinking employment. So I heard that conversation. The guy followed up.
The guy is on your case.
Yeah. I ignored. Then my sister came and was like, this guy told me he gave you an assignment and you've not done. I was like, this now, I can't escape. I did a business plan. Do you know he just wrote a check?
So he is your funder?
Yes.
He is the first funder.
Just wrote a check.
This is the business plan. Now go do it.
And this is the man. Start.
And Barista Pro Kenya Limited is born.
Yes. With fear and trembling.
Okay.
Yes.
And what? First of all, let me tell you, I think I can tell you that that's unbelievable to get that. To get someone who believes in you to the point where he writes a check. That's the Kenya we hope for.
And
you know?
and you're in a corner now. There's no escaping. Like, what is the excuse?
So you take the check and do what?
Yeah, okay. Now I was like, I start planning now. See, I'd written a business. Now I start planning. Okay, I need space. Yeah, but even before we get there, I didn't start with space.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember in these 3 months of soul searching.
Yes.
Yeah, there are people still following me. They're like, we hear you left. Oh, where are you? Oh, me, I want to do this international certificate. And these are students that I had trained when I was employed.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to do this international certification because, again, I was the only one who had that certification in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, me, I want this international certification. And now, me, I need to do it. So my former boss, who had left before me, was running a coffee shop.
Yes.
And I didn't want to let these guys down, these students down. So I was like, okay, I don't have a space. I need to do this certification. I just need a coffee machine because it's how will I do the practical exams? I need a coffee machine. So I went to my former boss who had a coffee shop.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. And his name is Peter Whitty, by the way.
Yes.
Who runs Pete's Coffee.
I know Pete.
Thank you, Peter Whitty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pete of Pete's Coffee.
Yes. Yeah. And Peter was like, Esther, come in. In fact, just come in. He told me when during off-peak hours, that's when it's quiet. They can do the certification there. Yeah. So I actually used his coffee shop to do a few certifications. Let me understand
this certification. So you are a certified trainer by this time.
Yes.
You are because of your training
an
role.
Internationally certified barista training by this global coffee organization that everyone in the coffee industry know, called Specialty Coffee Association.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was the only one who had that qualification at that time. Yeah. So these guys didn't want to know. They pursued me. So that's how I got to ask Peter for his
So you are now training, you're outside, you're in your sabbatical, but people are still looking for you, so you're running your training.
Yes.
And how does that feed into the establishment of your institution?
Because now, at that time, I was using Peter's premise because I didn't have my own. But now I started looking.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was getting frustrated because I wanted to keep my expenses low when I'm starting because I don't know how this thing is going to go.
Yeah.
And also I don't have all that money, you know. So again, Peter is the one who told me, Esther, stop looking at commercial spaces. Stop looking at commercial. Go residential spaces. They have some very good spaces that you know, at a good price. And I started looking and I got a good one. And then again, another...
A good one, what was it?
It was a very good...
A house or a studio, or what was it?
Okay, no, it was a house. It was a house that was being used for 5 years. It was being used by a UN agency. They had had it for 5 years and they were keeping refugees there. Like the first 2 floors were offices, and then floor 3, 4, and 5 were accommodation where they used to keep these refugees before now they are sent abroad.
Okay.
Then now when they finished the 5-year contract of using that space, they handed it back to the landlord.
Yeah.
And the landlord now was turned them into residential.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way they were set up, because UN was using it before, like it was just perfect for the setup of a training facility. Like the way it wasn't like a house. It was, the way it was designed, it was just perfect for,
So you take a section of this?
No, I take a whole unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because there are several units.
Yes, there are several units. Yeah.
So you take one unit.
Yeah, I take
And what
one.
do you put in there?
Nothing. Nothing. So I was like, okay, I can't afford these machines. Yeah. So I need to hire. Okay. So I started hiring again networks.
Yes.
Networks.
Yeah.
So I knew colleagues of mine who had machines. Yeah.
Yes.
So I started hiring. I started hiring these machines. So I started with one. Yeah. So one day, this guy was hiring from. In fact, when business started doing a bit well, and it took a while, yeah. I asked one of these guys, would you like to sell this machine? Because now I'm like, okay, I'm hiring. I need my own, yeah. So he was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind selling, and he sold it at a very good price. So I started with the one.
You have your first machine now.
Then the second one, the third one, when business started growing, still hiring, pole too. So I grew organically.
Yes.
Yeah, I was not taking loans to no. I was using the money that I was plowing back into the business. So I started by hiring, and slowly, I got my own equipment.
And what are you training? What is happening on the training side? What cost structure do you have?
At least,
and who are you teaching?
Yeah, at least for cost structure. These are things that I had already done.
Doing.
Yes, I had already done. So I had that. It's just getting clients. And funnily, I had people knew me because I was the only teacher.
You are training,
But I came to quickly realize, as much as people believed in me and my teaching and, they saw the value, when I was starting, they were not now bringing people to Barista Pro. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, Esther, we know you're a good teacher and everything, but
the brand. Yeah.
No one knows Barista.
No one knows you, yeah.
Hey, that thing crushed me. And when I started, I was like, me, I'm the
You're
person.
The one.
Yes, I'm the one. I know this thing. I'm the one. Now when people know I've started, they'll come all the way. I didn't understand power of the brand. They're like, hey, Esther, you are a good teacher, but the brand, no one knows your brand.
We're also coming to you at Dormans.
Yes.
Yeah.
No one knows your brand. And when I go with a certificate with your brand, no one knows this brand. I might not get a job.
Okay.
Yeah. As much as I know you are a good teacher. And are you seeing the way these things are tying in with the research I was doing?
Yes.
Until today, people tell me, you are a teacher.
Yeah.
You remember the personalities and the careers? Now I came to realize my true calling is a teacher.
Teaching.
Yeah, teaching.
Okay.
Yeah? So they're like, okay, the power of the brand. I was like, wow. Okay. So they'd rather have a certificate that has a big brand that is known because they'll get jobs easily.
Yes.
And that thing hurt, but I understood it.
Okay.
And then I told myself, Esther, you have to start creating your own brand from scratch. You have to start creating. So I just accepted and I started clean slate. Yeah. So the first guys that I was teaching, they're actually under Barista Pro, they're actually the ones who grew my brand.
Okay.
Yeah, because now they were referring guys to me, and now guys are bringing people to me, and then that's how Barista Pro grew. And also out there, the HR managers
out in the marketplace,
also helped. Because some of them are just calling me out of the blue. I didn't even know that. They're like, hi, how are you? This is Esther. Yeah, we've been getting a number of your students. And I had to get in touch with you so that we can form a partnership, because when it comes to interviews and product knowledge and skills, your students stand out.
Okay.
Your students stand out. And I think you're doing something good there.
And these are HR managers for, I would assume, hospitality institutions, people who consume the baristas that you train.
Yes. Okay. So they could see the caliber of the students that are coming from Barista Pro. They were like a class above the rest. So they're like, no, we want more of baristas coming from this institution. Yeah. And
your founder, was the check sufficient to establish this Barista Pro?
Yes, to
start. Or did you have to go for more funding?
Of course, more.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, more. He just gave me something to start.
Seed capital.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Start, just to encourage me, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the rest now,
organically the business generated.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you now? Are you still in the house?
No.
The former UN house?
No, now it grew, and now we outgrew the space.
Yeah.
And we had to look for a commercial space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're now based at, are you still at Mirage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we are still at Mirage in Westlands.
Yes.
Yeah. So we stayed there in the residential space for 5 years, but now we grew, and now it demanded us to move and look for a commercial space, which we now found in Westlands at the Mirage.
And how does your output look now? What is the setup like? What are the stations?
Yeah. Okay, now we grew from 1 station to 4 stations.
Okay.
Yeah, to 4 stations. And we grew from me being everything and doing everything to now I hired some stuff. I had 2 trainers.
Okay.
I hired an admin. Yeah, so even in terms of staffing, now we are more people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now, where is Barista Pro now? What is Barista Pro as it exists today? What do you do? Who do you train?
Okay, we train many people. Still, our main clients will still be youth just looking for jobs. And right now, it's even becoming, more on demand, because they're looking for jobs in cruise ships. They're looking for jobs in the Gulf countries.
Yes.
Yeah. So right now, it's still the youth. They make, let's say, 95%
of your student base.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also have a few hospitality establishments who want us to go and train on their on location.
Yeah.
Train their staff.
Yeah.
We also have entrepreneurs who want to start coffee shops, who are like, okay, I want to start a coffee shop, but I need to understand coffee, and I need to understand how a coffee shop operates. So I need some basic knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to start a business. Exactly.
Yeah. And do you find
we also now do events, because you have a few people who want, a coffee station at their function.
Yes.
And they're like, bring a coffee station and just serve my guests with bottomless coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, so we also do that.
Okay, nice. And let's speak a bit. You've talked about people who are looking for coffee shops. So there's been this global explosion of coffee consumption. We see it all over the world. It's not just a Kenyan phenomenon. All over the world, people. So maybe speak to us a bit about your students who train and who then leave the country, and where some of them are and what careers they have built out of the platform of coffee that your training gave them.
Okay. Half of them are here in Kenya, working in different hospitality establishments. And half of them are actually abroad, either in Gulf countries or working in cruise ships. And one thing most of them are getting, especially the ones who travel abroad, is they are getting educated about career progression in coffee. Here in Kenya, barista is not really valued as a skilled profession. In fact, when I started, people were actually thinking, are you mad? Like, who makes a living out of teaching people how to brew? Sini kupika chai too. In fact, that's how they say, kupika chai, what do you mean you need a skill? Ni kupika chai, you don't need a skill. So they're like, how can you make a livelihood or a career out of that? So it's just out of lack of knowledge. And that's the attitude that most people in Kenya also.
So the ones who are abroad, what kind of career progression opportunities do they see?
Right now it's roasting. You find some of them have now left being baristas. They are now roasters. Some of them are quality control managers. Some of them are Q graders. Q graders meaning they are experts in tasting coffee. Some of them are trainers. Some of them have even upskilled. Now they also have the international certification and they are training all over the place. Others have started their own establishments, their own roasteries, their own barista schools. So
they've used being baristas as a stepping stone into this large and diverse world of global coffee.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, we were speaking earlier and you informed me that you're also training, there are also people who come from the region to train on coffee. Now, how did that journey start? How did you tap into that as a market?
Social media.
Okay.
It's just social media. At some point now, social media, things as Snapchat started, Instagram started.
Yes.
And I just started putting marketing material through social media.
Yes.
And now it's reaching, a wide range of people. And they just saw it. They're like, okay, I'm here in Rwanda, I'm here in Uganda, I'm here in Tanzania, I'm here wherever. And I need this ring. We even got people from Mauritius.
Really?
Yeah. And Cameroon even. So they're like, okay. And it was all through social media. We reached them through social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's something that continues to date?
Yes.
You have students who come from the region to train in how to be baristas of coffee?
Yes. And interestingly, and I don't know why, most of them, quite a big number of them is coming from Rwanda.
Rwandese are your biggest portion of
from
those.
From the region,
Yes, of your regional customers.
Yes. Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Though we've had, as I've told you, people from Mauritius, Cameroon, Uganda, Tanzania. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So where this space, we've started our conversation from a time when Kenya didn't really have a coffee culture. And now it's particularly in Nairobi and spreading to the city because what has happened with the growth of the coffee shop brands, now we can confidently say that we have quite a robust
Yes.
coffee
Yes, we do.
shop culture.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
you even have major brands, you have medium-sized brands, you have small brands, and others continue to grow, you know, all the way from the art cafes, Javas of this world, CJs, and then you have the smaller players, Spring Valley Coffee, and other players. And even on the side of roasting, there's been emergence on that side. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
become quite vibrant.
Yeah, it has become quite vibrant. But where are we going? Or where could we go? You know, what's the potential that we have for this coffee sector as you see it?
The potential I see, we've barely scratched the surface. Because, Leonard, we are still tea drinkers. But from the Gen Z generation now going down, these guys are not drinking tea. In fact, now they take tea as a beverage for old people. So I see coffee consumption in Kenya increasing to serious levels.
Yes.
Just coffee consumption will increase. And because coffee consumption is increasing, we'll need more coffee shops. Yeah, we'll need more baristas. But let me, that part for baristas, it's also 50-50 because new trends are coming up, innovations are coming up, and you're now getting machines that have high level of automation. Yeah. So I'm also seeing that affecting the barista career. But in terms of coffee shops, I'm seeing an increase of it because people they'll reach a time where coffee, that's what I see. Coffee is going to be the dominant hot beverage that people are drinking here in Kenya. Yeah. And with that comes high demand of baristas, but now we have to also check how technology will take that kind of space.
Do you see yourself venturing into additional areas of training? Just like you said, the foreigners, your students who have moved out of the country become Q graders, they become roasters. Is that an avenue that you would explore as Barista Pro?
Oh, yes, because the vision, I want Barista Pro to be a coffee training center where it doesn't have to be barista skills.
Yes.
It can be any profession under the
coffee umbrella.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It can be sensory or a sensory expert, a sensory coffee expert. It can be a roaster. It can be just anything under coffee. So that's what I'm saying.
Just for clarity, who is a sensory coffee expert?
This is a professional coffee taster.
Okay.
We call them we call them Q graders. We also call them coffee liquorers.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's an entire profession on its own.
Yes.
And they are the ones who advise buyers, okay, I've tested this coffee. This is this grade. This is this quality. Yeah. And this is now categorized as specialty coffee or premium coffee or commercial coffee. Yeah. So they give you advice in terms of the taste of coffee, in terms of quality.
And one would argue that Kenya is very well placed to do something like that because we already have the coffee buying and selling culture that exists because of the quality of the coffee we grow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But you see now there are not very many people here in Kenya teaching it because it's part of the career progression, Leonard, I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. We have them, but they are already attached to companies. Yeah. So there's so much space for a training institution to just come and decide, okay, I'll be training, or certifying people who want to become professional coffee tasters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's speak a bit about the plant, coffee. Yeah. We have seen Nairobi based, and we were surrounded by mainly the coffee growing areas, So the traditional, I would say, let's call them post-colonial Kenya coffee growing areas have changed. There's been a lot of real estate development in former large coffee farms. But we've also, I think, one story that is not told about coffee, we also have new and emerging coffee growing areas. yeah, like around Mount Elgon, 10, 15 years ago, there was hardly any coffee there, but now you have a lot of coffee that is growing there. Do you have any visibility into that? And what are you seeing happening around that coffee growing from a Kenyan context?
Okay, I don't have visibility in that area, but I love where we are going with that because, and this is my opinion, I think when we are coming, somebody just marketed Nyeri.
Yes.
It's a whole marketing thing, and they decided Nyeri is the only area that has good coffee. Yeah. But for me, I feel like it was marketed very well. Now I'm happy that other new places are emerging and people are willing to explore and experience. As you've said, Western Kenya now, Mount Elgon, there's Kitale, there's Rongo, there's Kipkelion, Uko Rift Valley producing very good coffees. Eastern, Eastern Kenya. So right now they are emerging areas that are growing coffee and people are willing to buy those coffees and they are buying the coffees. So that one is very exciting to see. And I think people who are passionate about growing coffee, they're also getting motivated with that. And they're like, oh, now guys are now open-minded. They're willing to experience coffees from other regions. And we have now new places starting to grow coffee. So as much as coffee, guys had gotten tired a bit and, changed.
Yeah, it's back.
Now,
the pricing,
it's
the
coming
last 2
back.
years, the pricing has been great.
Exactly. And it's coming back slowly.
Yeah. So do you see, I like the Nyeri example that you gave, but do you see other Kenyan regions being able to benefit from better branding their coffee and packaging the notes, for people like you at the front who are selling the coffee?
Definitely. I'll give you an example of was it Kipkelion? It's in Rift Valley.
Yes.
Yeah. They had a project like a women-grown coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way they did it so well that they even branded they grew the coffee.
Yes.
Yeah. And they got some funding to now do value addition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they bought a coffee roasting machine with the funding, and they had a brand called Zawadi.
Yes.
Yeah. Zawadi. 100% women-grown coffee. And it was amazing. And they were selling it.
Yes.
Yeah. They were selling it, and some coffee, traders were buying it. That's a very good example of that.
No, I mean, this has been a fabulous conversation for me. One, because coffee is a personal area of passion for me. I enjoy coffee. I enjoy a cup of coffee. But also because I see the potential. And it is really great to see that this great coffee that we have as a nation and we are blessed with as a nation of Kenya, I feel that it's very important when you're producing something good and you're also enjoying it as a people. We move away from this thing that the good things we send out, for export. So this emergence of a coffee growing culture, for me, one, as a professional who runs restaurants and things of that nature, it's great to see the emerging of the coffee shops. It's great to see the multitude of the brands, and long may it last. In fact, I even hope to see more creativity around it, smaller shops, in gas stations, so that quality coffee becomes a standard of people around the nation.
And that is also why in the barista space, because in the coffee chain, do you know the barista is the only person who needs to know everything about coffee?
Yes.
Do you know, if you go to, let me talk for the Kenyan farmer. If you go to the Kenyan farmer, they don't know coffee past
growing it. After
it's done.
Yes.
In fact, some of them even get shocked. This is how coffee looks like when it's roasted. They get shocked, and it's their own coffee. They've never seen it in that. Because for me, after growing it and drying it, kazi yangu imeisha. Millers the same. After I've already done whatever I need to do, kazi imeisha. But you see, a barista, we are the ones who have direct contact with the drinking customer. Because, Leonard, all of us are doing this work so that people drink coffee. If people are not drinking coffee, then we all close shop.
True.
We all close shop, yeah? So you can imagine the barista has the direct contact with the consumer who is holding the coffee industry.
Yeah.
So they are telling us what they'd like. And now we are now telling the roasters, we are telling the farmers what the consumers want.
Yes.
And it has helped because the moment a farmer partnered with a barista, that farmer has blown up. And again, let me give that example. This is Martin Shabaya.
Yes.
Who partnered with David Maguta, a young farmer.
Yes.
Yeah. They just did some experiments, and then they're like, because at that time, Martin was the Kenyan Barista Champion. And they partnered. They're like, okay, let's do some special coffee. Because guys, when we are going for these barista competitions, we are going to showcase Kenyan coffee. And we have to put our best foot forward, and showcase this Kenyan coffee. So he partnered with this young farmer called David Maguta, did a special coffee for him to use during the barista competition. And this is the first time an African ever made it to the finals of the barista competition. Yeah. And also after that, the farmer became very popular. They're like, wow, that coffee was mind-blowing. Who is this farmer? We need to get coffee from him. Yeah. And also it was an advantage to the farmer. And I'm giving this story because for the longest time, baristas are never put in the discussions of coffee.
Yes.
We are never, like, people just say, these are young people, what do they know? This is high-level meetings. I'm telling you, baristas are they connect with the customers. So they have things to say that can benefit, people in the coffee chain.
And the competition you're talking about is actually the World Barista Championship.
Yes, the World Barista Championship.
Yeah.
And that is very important because these kind of competitions, number one, they showcase the barista profession. Because until today, there are some people who really don't know who a barista is.
Yes.
So when we do this competition, and that's why we do them in public spaces.
Yes.
So that people wonder, okay, what's happening? They come to see. So you come to see, oh, this is what a barista does. Oh, this is how the machine looks like. Oh, this is how you do an espresso. Yeah, because we are also trying to educate the public about this profession. We are also giving a platform for the baristas to showcase their skills. Yeah. So that, people can see what this is all about.
Excellent. Yeah. Esther, it's been a privilege having you on the African Do podcast. You are speaking to a very niche segment, but a segment that showcases Kenya in a very positive light. So we congratulate you for the work that you've done. I think Barista Pro is now 10 years old.
Yes, it is.
So that's congratulations for that.
Thank you.
But I'll also give you a chance to just talk to the audience and tell them who you are, where you are, where they can find you, what are your what are your social media handles, and how they can connect with you should they want to either take up a course or just learn more about coffee.
Okay. My name is Esther Otieno, and I run a premier barista school here in Nairobi, Westlands, called Barista Pro. And what Barista Pro does is we offer barista training courses. So if you need barista skills for whatever reason, then we have many courses that are suitable for you, depending on the budget you have, the time that you have, and the level of skill sets that you have. We also have fun, we call them coffee curious sessions for coffee enthusiasts and coffee lovers who just need like 2 hours just to learn about coffee. And this one, we do them over the weekend, and they're just 2 hours. So you can contact us, and you can always reach us on our social media handles at Barista Pro Kenya, all across on Instagram, on X, or formerly Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok. We are at Barista Pro Kenya. So thank you very much.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Esther Otieno of Barista Pro Kenya Limited, taking us through a journey of Kenyan coffee and Kenyan barista training. And that was a fabulous episode. So thank you very much, Esther, for joining us. And that brings us to the end of episode 31 of the African Do podcast. And we look forward to seeing you in future episodes. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and Spotify. And let's keep having conversations that showcase African excellence and Africans executing excellently. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.